Hello and welcome back to Leeds United for Champions League endeavours. Yes, for the first time we have a Champions League game, and it is in fact the very first one. The draw was made, we got a blinder off the bat. Yes, our first ever Champions League game in the save will be against Real Madrid away from home. The real world current holders of the trophy away from home. Yep, that's not easy. But on the basis that this league phase with 0 games played is sorted by coefficient ratings and things like that, it does appear out of the 36 teams that are in this, we are pretty much slap bang in the middle, 20th, just shy of the halfway point. Our overall fixtures are a little bit weird though. We do technically play 4 teams ahead of us and 3 teams behind us in this ranking, so I think it is attributed in such a way that you sort of play 2 from each section of the table, but actually, that's a lie. We play 5 ahead of us and 3 behind us. There's 8 games. We play Real Madrid, PSG, Dortmund and Atletico, but then we also play PSV, who are 90th and basically level with us, AEK, Ferencvárosi, so 2 at the very bottom end, along with AZ Alkmaar. So 3 in the bottom 7, but we also play 3 of the top 7 and Atletico. So yeah, I can't say it's been massively kind. I feel confident we'll be in the top 24. This does follow the same format as the last one. Top 8, second round, next 16, first round, knockouts. I feel like we can get in that 9 to 24. But it's Real Madrid and then old rivals Wolves. No transfer news to tell you about. We did sell Kovacevic for 16 million. That's as much as I'm actually going to go into that, I think. I have started working on trying to bring some wonder kids in, just in case it ever does become a lengthy save. But right now, that's not a thing for now. I will say, I did try and make one big move on deadline day. I thought about it and I thought, well, if we're trying to get something done in this season or the next, then maybe it is worth trying to go for a stellar goalkeeper, someone who's rated higher than Karnasec already. I tried to buy Xhaka for 40 million upfront, things over time. They wanted a replacement, which never goes well on deadline day because, you know, they just time out basically on that. But I offered Mama on loan for that, and they accepted that with the money up front and all that jazz. Got the contract agreed with Xhaka. It was a reasonable contract, and then Newcastle bought him for 55 million. Newcastle and Everton have been the bane of my existence this transfer window. Newcastle have got 2 people I went for, and Everton 1. Everton has spent £290 million, by the way. Maxi Gomez got another injury. He's only out for 11 days, but means he's going to be out of this episode as a whole. Otherwise, we get to go full strength here. Registration-wise for the Champions League, we only had to leave out 1, and that was Gagliardini as the 6th best of 6 midfielders. And you may have saw there, we did beat Aston Villa 1-0 in the only game played in between. Joel Linton started that, and that's basically the summation of all the exciting things that happened in that game. It wasn't particularly thrilling. 7 yellow cards for us, though. And I forgot we got more subs here, so Santos... well, the 3 people are actually fit. There we go. Karnasec in goal, Strike, Ndicka, Milenkovic, or Zoboslai, Almada, Livramento, Makoko, Pedro, and Nekatia are fullest strength 11 we can afford right now. And actually, to be fair, Gomez has had 1 good game, and that was the one you saw. Ancelotti's still in charge of Real Madrid this far in. They have quite a tell of Bayern Munich, which surprised me a little bit. It wasn't even this summer either. They also have Declan Rice, which is odd. Alaba's back playing left back again. Oh, they've got Gakpo in this universe. We're playing in our away kit. Real Madrid don't have in-game kits in the game, so that's not really fancy, but ours are there. Sorry, 3rd kit, I should say. I must say, having an actual proper 3D kit, particularly this 3rd kit, looks really nice. Is Julian Ord captain today? I think he is. Livramento charging down the right-hand side. On the opposite side, the opposite fullback to our captain today. That's a actual pass, I think. Or it might have been a tackle that just somehow went straight to Milenkovic. Not fully certain. Makoko does get on the end of that and is over. Wasn't much of a highlight, but it was a highlight. I just realised Kingsley Coman's there as well. Why is Bayern Munich just emigrated to Real Madrid? Valverde? Oh God, that was a really good goal. Remember when we had Valverde at Tenerife? Those were the days. That was a really good first touch. Just took it away from literally everybody into a spot where he just slammed it home. I mean, don't get me wrong, away from Real Madrid and away from PSG, those are the 2 games that actually bookend our experiences here in the Champions League, and they're the ones I expect to get 0 points from. I kind of feel like we could probably get something off Atleti at home, and we play Dortmund at home as well. I feel like we can get something out of those 2 games. Not necessarily expecting wins, but I feel like we can at least draw those. And in the other 4, I am expecting to win, quite frankly. Declan Rice it. That was fabulous. I just realised we're away from home. Why did I go with this tactic? Although Ord's got the ball. I've started contemplating swapping one of the strikers for a sort of half-back ball-winning midfielder type player when we play teams like Real Madrid away from home, and then completely forgot about that as we started this episode. But Milenkovic, we'll see how it goes. Man United playing Celtic. Wow, that's a rivalry renewed. Milenkovic, Szoboszlai, absolutely mugged off by Rice there. Felt like that should have been a foul, but it wasn't. Pozzo, where the hell's Pozzo going? What? I mean, actually, no. What? No, it's not where is Pozzo going. It's what is Ord doing? What in the name of all that's holy is Ord doing here? He just sort of, I think what he's done there in the match engine is tried to shoulder barge Pozzo twice and failed twice. I think that's what the animation was trying to get across, but didn't. Ord's not having a good game, is he? Christ on a bike. Matthias Tell to, I think, actually get a hat-trick. I think he did just score that second one as well. Oh no, Valverde scored the first one. Yeah, this is going to be Carter said you in the right way, in all fairness, in his credit there. My problem is my 3 central defenders don't play DM. Szoboszlai in the corner, just trying to get some dignity before half-time. We don't even get our head on the ball, and Tell's got the ball now instead. It is 1v3, as things stand, and he's beaten one of them and beaten 2 of them because people don't know how to defend in FM23. Alaba, Shemeni, Valverde, Rice. We just don't put a tackle in. I don't get it. And when we do put a tackle in, we give them a penalty. There was a moment there, and I hope you saw it, where the player was primed just to stick a foot in and then didn't. Tell nearly scores from the corner as well for good measure. So on the stroke of half-time, I'm making a change formation-wise. I did against Aston Villa as well, actually, because we weren't having the best of it early on. And I'm pulling Pedro into a shadow striker role just to actually, A, shut up the message that keeps saying there's too much space, and B, just to actually see if it does make a difference. Because I'm hoping if you allow Pedro to sit a little deeper, then it will allow Szoboszlai to sit a bit deeper. But now we're at half-time. I think actually we bin off this shadow striker, bring on Tyler Adams as a ball winner, tell them they were pathetic and get on with it. At the very least, we stopped the rot in the second half. Ord is going to have to come off because he's knackered. Szoboszlai is knackered too, just because Adams is already on this pitch. Joel Linton's going to play against Real Madrid. What a bizarre world this is. And Almada is actually going to have to come off as well for Aouar. Everyone's a little bit knackered with 13 minutes to go, plus injury time. I hope he has enough time to get a rating because the right back could do with that. Benfica are beating Bayern Munich though, which is interesting. Tell. Adams got that ball, Ndicka. I don't know where we're going with this. Milenkovic finds Gottschling. It's a great ball to Pedro. Dignity. I mean, it looked like he went to get the ball and run back to the centre circle, but then forgot the ball. Sorry, Real Madrid have just bought on Lucas Hernandez as well. They genuinely have just bought Bayern Munich. No wonder Benfica are beating them. There's nobody there. PSG are being held as well. Scoff to put the ball in. Milenkovic, close. I mean, we nearly made that interesting in the dying moments. Oh, it's Barcelona, PSG. That's why that's a draw. Oh, dear. Oh, at least Tell skied it. I think actually a defender got in the way because it's a resulting corner. Gakpo to take. Gakpo to put in. Rudiger to try and get to Ndicka corner. We don't see that one though. Eindhoven go top. They've won 5-0. Or better. Oh well, some dignity in the end, but it only took us, 50 minutes to get going and then 80 minutes to actually get a decent chance in. Dortmund lost to Manchester City and to Haaland. I think I saw that one actually go in when it happened. So PSV beat Galatasaray 5-0. I'll also just say I did consider Gvardiol, who was willing to join from Newcastle, somewhat ironically, but they have a release fee on him of 75 million, which I would have had to trigger up front. I did have 75 million on deadline day. I've, like I say, done a couple of wonder kids for the future, but the overall balance wasn't 75 million, which is why I hesitated on that. I kind of figured I'd try and get a player that was actually under the balance at that stage. All right then, back in the Premier League, it's time to take on Wolves again. I'm going to allow Pascal strike the breather and bring Colwell into that back line. Everyone else is kind of okay to start. I am somewhat concerned on Szoboszlai just because he was tired when he came back from the international break originally, but with Walsall in the Cup next, that's the time to rotate the full team out. So that will be the only change we make today. I did forget to mention, by the way, the extra European place did indeed go to the Premier League. So Newcastle did get European football in the end. But Conference League, I believe they ended up with. And Wolves promoted to Europa League as a result, I think is what happened. Everton currently winning 5 from 5. Or have already won 5 from 5, in fact. Turns out spending 290 million can improve your team. I mean, that's a heck of a top 2 in it for domestic relations, shall we say. And we've had 39 minutes of this game, 40 basically, and we've not had a single highlight until this one. It falls to Pedro Neto, that free kick does. Ord hunting him down, Ord successfully tackling him, but Neto retained possession because Football Manager 2023. I don't know why I specify 2023, that's been an issue with Football Manager for as long as I played it. Livramento, charging forward, and just... That's a new one, though, for FM 2023, just the ability for your players to run forward and take one heavy touch and give it to them. Jimenez is going to release Semedo, who is annoyed that. Good sliding challenge from Ord, said the texter, despite the fact that they didn't get the ball again. I love how, like, that basically 60 seconds of in-game Football Manager play highlighted 3 incidents of the match engine being utterly rubbish. But, you know, what can you do? They've not fixed the loose ball situation in about 4 FM, so... That one I'm never expecting to be solved. I don't know if it can be solved, I guess, is the problem there. Dominic to put the ball in. I've just remembered I do need to actually change these permanently on that side because it is Strike who challenges on the left, not Milenkovic or Ndicka. Another resulting corner, this time will take effect with Milenkovic attacking, and we don't see that one. Yeah, from the right, Ndicka challenges, from the left, Milenkovic. I'm just basically splitting it up to see how they do. Because the curious thing is, Ndicka has 18 jumping reach, but only 14 heading. Milenkovic has 17 jumping reach, so slightly less, but a better heading attribute. So you figure that will cancel out. It's a lovely ball through to Pedro, but weird that the highlight started there. Still weird. What a weird highlight. That's a penalty, actually, not a corner. I mean, it's in our favour, but that looked nonsense as well. It's awarded because it's never not awarded. Who takes this then? Soboslai to take this and drill. The goalkeeper absolutely read that though. He went to his correct side and he went low as well. That's his 50th league goal for Dominic. I mean, he got away with this one a little bit. Just the power on it is all that made the difference there. Don't get me wrong, even without that penalty, this game has kind of been all us. The penalty wasn't even that higher XG, weirdly. Neto puts the ball in. Is that Lenglet? I think I knew he was there, but I'd forgotten he was there. Nekatir, if Pedro can keep himself onside, he has done. Finds Livramento this time in all of the space. Livramento's wasted all of that space, but still got it to Makoko, and Makoko still scored. The match engine gives me massive questions at times, but it's worked out there. Livramento's decision to not just run into this space ahead of him, I've no idea. The decision he does go with at least worked out. It shouldn't have, because Makoko's not tall and the defender absolutely should have got that ball first, but take the win where you can get them. I got a little bit confused there because I thought it said that Joel Linton had been brought on for Szoboszlai, but I'm guessing if I scroll down that's saying I should replace him with Joel Linton. I'm guessing that's an assistant manager suggestion, not a notification. But actually I will... It's interesting it tells me to bring Joel Linton on ahead of Tyler Adams, who is invariably slightly better. Ordskov. Pedro's not had a good one. Milovanovic gets some game time. And heck, Almado, why not? Our on as well. Screw it, we'll do all 5. We'll get the youngster on just because he's got 15 minutes to make a rating for himself. We can actually do a shout. No, we can't. Never mind. Pedro Sinister has scored. I got tripped up on which Pedro it was. It was Pedro Neto. It's what threw me off. Semedo plays in Pedro Neto there, and I mean, excellent work from Colwell there, who just sort of lingers near him vaguely within his peripheral. Shocking defending, but what can you do? And now Wolves are reverted to the classic AI DM AM split. Oh, I never said, I actually did fix the assistant manager situation over the summer. You can see there, Dean Rastrick is our new assistant manager, and we only have one of them. Yeah, that weird 3 assistant manager tag team situation. The other 2's contracts finally ran out at the end of last season, so I ditched all 3 of them and combined them into one very good assistant manager rather than 3 barely adequate. So we get away with that one. West Ham, 94th minute winner from Souček. Sees them in 4th, actually, behind us. So we're unbeaten. Liverpool, I presume, unbeaten. And Everton, obviously, unbeaten. The only 3, probably. And for a player who won Premier League Player of the Season last season, finally broken a drought, which I presume extends a little bit into previous season, because 10 hours isn't enough this season so far. But just to let you know, it was Nekatir who got the winner against Aston Villa back then. I kind of forgot to come back to that. But the plan is to play high-flying Moneybags Everton along with Dortmund in the next one, and then we will come back and do Atletico and PSG to round off the Champions League phase. We'll kind of gloss over the Bournemouth game in between, especially if they continue to be like that. Maxi Gomez high in the ratings again. How many goals? 1. 1 goal, 7.73. I do not understand what he does to get that rating. I do not. But the 2 promoted sides, obviously Crystal Palace re-promoted and Forest re-promoted as well. Doing okay. West Brom not so much. Not a single free kick goal has been scored in 5 game weeks so far. Apparently, not a single one. Excellent. In case you're wondering, that's who Everton bought. It says 200. It says they spent 290 million. Oh, some of it was the end of last season, of course. Harvey Barnes, Target, Salisu, Elise. Blueface might have actually been loaned to buy looking at this because he was on loan last season. Same with Jed Spence, because both of those appear to have gone through as well. But Schick, huge money. Antonio, huge money. And then 3 people who weren't actually huge money. And they've loaned a heck of a lot of people out as well, for good measure. But that's what Wayne Rooney's decided to do with the tycoon money that he's been given. We'll play them next time along with Dortmund, as I said. If you've enjoyed this one, like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Until next time, ta-ra.